Hey everyone, it's Adele and April from JSS Scrap, and we are here with Technique Tuesday. So today we are going to take our stencils and we're actually going to do a layering technique with them. So make sure you watch our video to see what we do. All right, so like we said, we are going to be using our stencils today to do an overlay, and we're going to actually build on our stencils. So this is our Stencil Pack 3. I wrote on it that this is the one from the current catalog because we do have stencil packs from last year too, just so you don't get confused. But this one specifically has the stripes. It's got a sunburst, and then it's got all of these other little sunburst kind of things that look really, really cool. So to start us off, I'm actually going to use the sunburst itself. And when you first open your pack, just make sure that all of the little inserts are pulled out. So we're going outside of the box today, and we are doing French vanilla instead of white daisy. And I'm just going to lay this on my paper, and then I'm going to washi tape it down. So now that I have that all taped down, I'm actually going to be using two of our inks. So we're going to be using Wildberry and Mulberry. I've got to open my Mulberry. And we're going to be using our round sponge. So you see here, I have a bunch of them. I've cut it up into pieces. So I'm going to use two of my bigger pieces for this. The smaller ones are good for other projects. I'm going to use two of my bigger pieces here. And we are going to get started with stenciling this. So the first stencil I'm going to do is going to be the Wildberry, and then I'm going to do the Mulberry next. You know what? I decided I'm also going to pull in some ballerinas. So we're going to open up the Mulberry actually right away, and I'm going to start to mix the Mulberry in with the Wildberry. All right, so time to reveal this. I love those two colors together. So now before we do anything else, I just have to go rinse off my stencil. We want to make sure that it is completely clean before we do anything else, because our next step, we're going to change up the stencil a little bit. All right, so this is now cleaned up. So what we're going to do is we are actually going to flip the stencil, and we're going to rotate it. So I actually like that rotation. And we're going to tape it down again and start again. When I am putting it down this time, I am making sure that the edges are going to line up. So once I get those edges on a side lined up, I'm going to throw my washi tape down. That way it doesn't move and shift on me, and make sure my washi tape doesn't get on the part of the stencil I need to actually ink. But so I'm lining it up. And once you get one side lined up, the rest should line up as well. So a lot of people always ask, can you use these sponges multiple times? Yes, these sponges are completely clean. We actually clean them with water and then just let them sit to dry. If you're seeing that like the ballerina is getting a little darker, the reason that is it's actually picking up the Mulberry and the Wildberry and mixing a little. It's not this like bluish, purplish that's on the sponge. No ink is coming off the sponge. We use these for multiple colors all of the time. So I can tell you that for sure. But this is actually, these are not, remember, you got to remember, these are the water-based inks. So these are not like our Distress Oxides. So these aren't going to blend and actually blend together to make different colors like the Distress Oxides are. These are going to kind of sit on top of each other. They will pick up a little bit. You can see when I pick it up that some of these spots are going to be a little bit different because the ink will, you know, react to each other, but not as much as the Distress Oxides. So just make a note of that if you're kind of trying to figure out inks that you want to get or things like that. These are water-based, and the Distress Oxides are pigment / water something, like they're water reactant. So they're not water-based. And even just this tiny little one right in here I want to get because it will change the color a little bit. So, all right, that was definitely a hand workout for sure. We're gonna pull this one up and see what we created. Amazing. I absolutely love this. I think it's super, super cool how it's just so different. This little line is actually supposed to be there, even though it looks like it's a mistake, but that's actually one of the smaller stencils. But isn't that so cool how this one stencil created that? And this could be a background paper. You know, you could put a photo smack dab in the middle of this and that would look amazing. But we're going to play with this a little bit more on Throw It Together Thursday. But for now, that is our layering stencils. And that's Technique Tuesday. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, please let us know in the comments below. We are getting so close to the end of our vending season, so we have one more event left, which we are super excited about. And so many people have been asking about another virtual retreat. So we will be having one in May. We just have to figure out the details, and then we will be posting everything. So yeah, that's it. All right, make sure that you go check out the special of the month too. It's the Wild Berry Blast. Oh my gosh, it's so much fun. Yes. And I think it's very appropriate that we did Wild Berry as our last Technique Tuesday. So make sure you go check out the last Technique Tuesday, and then also go check out the Wild Berry Blast, which the link is below. So go check that out, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Bye.
Bye. So big and so strong.
She's chirping. Hi, little cardinal.
Tree's dead. Move over so we get real trees. I mean, they're all real.
So today we're going to take our stencils. I inhaled my hair.
It does not.
Did you swallow a bug?
I hope not.